No, it's just super fun, man.
That's like, and you hit the nail on the head. Be ourselves. We've been ourselves from day one. It actually started 15 years ago in the back of our local watering hole. We'd be doing the same exact thing, but it'd be 2 o'clock in the morning. We'd have a little bit harder buzz working.
Yeah, that'd be the end
Uh,
of the night. Yeah.
but that's what it is. I mean, we're not beat writers that are on the field interviewing these guys. This is just a first perspective of three guys that absolutely love the Buffalo Bills, with the ability to have a podcast and have a bunch of friends on Facebook, YouTube, and personally because we met a couple of you guys. It's Yep, it's us. We've been us the whole time, and there's a reason why we have the loyal fanhood we do is because we love each other.
Well, and I think people attract like people, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
by not being fake and not trying to put on something, we attract the realest people. Like everybody in the comments is like exactly who they are. Everybody we've met, everybody we've talked to, like it's a real pleasure, man. I'm just, if we haven't said it lately, I hope you know.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We got Uncle James saying that he's not getting any audio. Hey, Uncle James, you gotta turn your volume up, buddy.
There's a button called Mute that's highlighted.
Brent says,
Man.
shout out to Ellen Larch. She sent me the absolute best birthday gift. Absolutely sweet friend from Buffalo you could ever have. Love you, girl. All right, Ellen.
Right on, right on.
One big family. That's right, Dakota. Rob says OT without a coin toss, LOL.
Yeah.
A lot of well wishes. Frank Mullen, 2 a.m. wisdom. That's right, dude. We solved all the Bills' problems and the world's problems, I'm sure. We just can't remember. So, anyway, oh, hey, what's up, Eater? We got Mike. Oh, man. I could go on just like doing that all night.
What's up, Eater?
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey. Yeah, so do you guys want to do the trivia or do you want to do the Buffalo basics first? What are you feeling?
I said we spin that Phantomonium Wheel Destiny, Swank.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to do that? All right, well,
Right.
explain what we had going on.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, for the last 2 weeks, we've had a donation raffle for the Mid-Lakes Junior Eagles football team. I did misspeak when I spoke about their hardships. They do have a field to play on. I said they didn't. They actually do have a field to play on, but it doesn't have concessions, that of which they make the money for everything they need to have a program. So we did something for 2 weeks, $10 a spot, and then you donate as many times as you want to win have a chance to win 2 COAs. Actually, one. There's 2 of them though. COA New Era Turf fields pieces, 1x1, 1 foot by 1 foot. We have a white turf and a green turf, obviously sideline and field. And it ended yesterday. I think we raised over $350. I think $370, which is awesome. It's going to go to the Mid-Lakes Junior Eagles to help them pay for certificates, safety equipment, safety checks, all that stuff, so they can have a season without having to think about that kind of stuff. So anything, it's awesome. People that donated, thank you very much. And we're going to spin that Phantomonium Wheel of Destiny to figure out who the 2 winners are.
This is the old school jersey right here that I wore back in 1989, 1990, I think. There's that. And yeah, and the field's actually down on Gillette's Hill, and they actually don't have goalposts. And they had to tilt the field a certain direction so it would fit.
Really?
So it's tight quarters for you. So for them. So yeah, they had to go down there. I looked at the field at Mid Lakes today, and there's a lot of dirt still mound up, and they're pushing everything around trying to get it even. So, but thank you guys for all your support to help these Eagles out.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, what do you want? You want to get at it or what here?
Yeah, let's spin that Phantomonium Wheel of Destiny.
Destiny.
Hold on 1 second here. Let me just.
You want a sound effect too, Swank?
Not quite yet. All right, here we go.
I had to represent the Mid Lakes Eagles High School and the Vince Lombardi team right here.
So, guys, the way we do it is we keep the names on there. We don't take any names off. Just the way it is.
So
if your name comes
up, what's up first, the white or the green?
Let's go green first. Whoever's name comes up wins the green turf.
Green.
And obviously, DM us your address. We'll mail it out to you, or we will contact you later in the week and get that figured out.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Spin that wheel. Pew, pew,
Here we go.
Now this is for the green turf.
Oh boy, nepotism. Elon Reed.
Elon.
Hey, there you go. Congratulations, Ellen.
Ellen Reed won the green turf. I can tell you right now what she's going to do with that, but we'll talk about that later.
If she wins again, we'll spin again.
Yes, for sure.
All right, this is for the white turf.
Here. I removed that
Spin
name.
that wheel.
Here we go.
Yeah,
this
remove
is for
it.
the white one.
Here we go. Good luck, everybody.
Hey, we got Debbie Emerton.
Nice.
What's up, Deb?
Congratulations.
Hey, man, that's good. Variety, somebody local, somebody not so local. Awesome.
There you go. That's awesome. And speaking of donation raffles, giveaways, all that stuff, check out FLX Mafia page and 24/7 Buff Pandemonium's page, guys. We have 2 tickets to the Colts versus Bills game this Saturday. It's a simple one. You jump on the page, you tag 2 people, and you share the post, and you'll be entered to win that. We'll figure out who the winner is Thursday, but the page entries are due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. 2 free tickets. I know the tickets are pretty cheap in preseason, but anytime you don't have to pay for anything, that's good. Go get yourself some 2 tickets to the Colts game.
We might just run into Scott and Jack.
We got breaking news here. Brent says OBJ seen at McDonald's with Sean McDermott, both ordering a number 1 with a Diet Coke.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The Bills fans should go take a number 2 because that's going to be there's a lot of people out there hoping for OBJ, and I think we've talked about it before. We're good.
I'm starting to warm to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
a little bit. I think I don't know. We don't need him, but it might be nice heading into the playoffs to have somebody that's been there, that's won a ring, that's whatever. And if Vaughn is, advocating for him, thinks he's a good guy, I'm starting to warm to him. I also don't care. He can stay away. That's fine too.
Yeah.
But there's just a little earworm now where I'm like, well, maybe some guys I like said it'd be cool. But yeah.
That's cool.
Let's see. Kevin says, anyone coming to Lockport for Bill's Elvis tailgate for the season opener? Proceeds going to benefit the officer's family from the top shooting. Yeah, I saw something about that, Kevin. Do it. Everybody that can. I think is it the actual day of the game or was it the 7th, Kevin? If you got any info, throw it in there. Yeah, Lonnie Cook says, I don't know how to tag.
Lonnie,
go ahead, Scott.
Go leave a comment, and then if you hit the @ button and start typing the person's name, the name should pop up, and you click on it, and that'll tag it for you. It should highlight blue for you.
Josh, help your mom. What are you
doing?
Help
mom out, Josh. Come
on, Josh.
She won you 2 jerseys at the Rager last year,
yeah.
bud. Come on, help her out.
Let's see. Debbie says, thank you so much. It will go in my Bill's speakeasy basement. Sweet.
There you go.
Nice.
Everybody's saying let's stop the OBJ stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Okay. So you guys want to do Stump the Reed Twins?
Yeah, let's try this one.
All right.
You said it'd be harder this week, right, Swank?
I think it'll be a little harder this week.
Okay.
So I felt a little bad because last week wasn't all Buffalo Bills. So I took your thoughts and feelings into consideration. And this week, every answer is a Buffalo Bill current. Oh, wait, no, not current. Sorry. Past Buffalo Bill.
Okay.
The topic is rushing leaders, top to bottom, top 10. So,
in history.
All time?
Okay.
Thurman Thomas.
I will, these are not not seasons. This is all-time rushing.
Okay.
So top just 10. With the Bills or just even with the other?
Just with the Bills, okay. Yes. So I'll go ahead and I believe I heard an answer already, Jarrod?
Yes, Mr. Thurman Thomas.
Mr. Thurman Thomas is number 1. He played from 88 to 99. And can I do my thing or what
I just want to say blank piece of paper, so if I'm looking down, people don't think I'm cheating. I got to write down these names.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's what he's doing on a tablet. Don't listen to him, guys. Thurman Thomas, 11,938 yards. Career with the Buffalo Bills.
Holy cow, that was an easy one. O.J. Simpson, I'm going off the bat.
Number
right there.
2 is Mr. O.J. Simpson, 69 to 77 before he got all stabby and weird. And he had 10,183 yards. I will tell you, the next person on this list, all-time rusher, and you guys at home, just let this sink in.
It's got to be my favorite.
He has just over half that many career yards. His career yards are 5,646 with the Bills. And go ahead, Jarrod.
It's got to be Mr. Freddie Jackson.
My friend, it is Mr. Freddie Jackson. 2006 to 2015.
He was so good, and
he was.
You know, the Buffalo Bills just kept trying to replace him. C.J. Spiller, Lynch, brought in McCoy. I mean, he could have done it by himself, and they probably could have invested in a quarterback.
Right. Let's throw C.J. Spiller out there too, because he had a couple good seasons with the Bills. And you said 5,000 was the max for Freddie? Fred?
Freddie was 5,646.
Yeah, so C.J. Spiller's got to be in
touchdowns. There. Thurman Thomas had 65 rushing touchdowns. O.J. had 57. Freddie had 30. If you're CJ's on this list, he's number 9.
9, okay.
He had 3,321 with 12 touchdowns. That's it.
Wow.
I mean, he had that huge season, but it was only one season. Let's go. LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy is on this list. He is number 6, 3,814 yards with 25 touchdowns.
Cookie Gilchrist?
2015 to 19.
Cookie
Gilchrist. He is number 10 on this list.
Ooh, Cookie.
With 3,056 yards and 31 touchdowns.
Okay.
Travis Henry.
Travis Henry is number 5 on this list. 3,849 yards, 27 touchdowns, 01 to 04. Over 3 seasons he did that? Well, I guess that'd be 4 seasons, right?
Big running back, number 23. He went to the Patriots. Antoine Smith.
Antoine Smith is not on this list. He's number 11. 2,932 yards. Very close.
Quick story. I had a buddy in Cortland State, went to school with us. He said he used to drive a taxi and stuff like that. And Antoine Smith got in his taxi, and Sean asked him how he's doing, how's life or whatever. And Antoine Smith says, better than yours. Joe Cribbs.
Kevin Kanye, I was going with that. Joe Cribbs. Yes. He's got to be like top 5. He's got to be 4.
Joe Cribbs is number 4.
Okay.
He 80 to 83 and then 85 again, 4,445 yards, 21 touchdowns.
Is Kenneth Davis on there?
He's got to be. He was there for a while, right?
14. He is not on this top 10 list. Kenneth Davis has 2,460 yards. And to your guys' credit, man, I mean, from Antoine down, Antoine just barely missed making 3,000 career yards, but everybody under him, obviously, is really close together, 2,000, between like 2,300 and like 2,900.
This guy jumps in my head really quick. An old Miami U, number 2, he absolutely destroyed his leg in a bowl game, and the Bills took a chance on him. Willis McGahee.
Willis McGahee is number 8 on this
list. He's on there.
Greg Bell.
03 to 06, 3,365 yards with 24 touchdowns. Who'd you say?
Greg Bell, number 28.
Greg Bell is not on this list. He is number 15 with 24-20.
I'm about to give up on this, man.
Hey, this is what's fun about it, man. You guys are missing, let's see. You're missing number 5. You're missing number 7. And that's it.
Back when they used to run the ball a lot.
So,
early 60s, 70s. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I think I did a story on this guy.
Go ahead. Oh, you don't know his name? Or?
No, Ray Carlson.
There is no Ray. No.
Ray Carlton.
Rye. Yes.
Is it Rye?
W-R-A-Y.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is he on there?
It is. He is. He's number 7.
Okay.
I was like, there's no way.
That would have been one of those did you knows that you did back in the day, wouldn't have been.
Is that Carlton or Carlson?
Carlton. You're right. Yeah, my bad, dude. I actually I think you're right too. Now that I'm looking at it, because I was thinking, Ray. What did I say? Rye. It should be Ray. It's W-R-A-Y.
What Ray?
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is number 17 on this list.
Oh boy, so that means CJ Spiller's got to be right behind. Not CJ Spiller. Devin Singletary's got to be right behind him.
Right behind him?
Yeah.
No,
I think they're only
right
like 3
above him.
Wow.
Number 16, Devin Singletary. Josh Allen currently has 23-25 and 31 touchdowns. Devin Singletary has 23-32. He's literally beating him by less than 10 yards.
Travis Henry.
And here we are with...
I thought you already said Travis Henry.
The winner.
I think I did, but no one said anything.
You didn't say Travis Henry. Unless you fireballed it and I didn't hear it.
I think I did.
Probably
I think everyone.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And no one said anything, so I thought he was out of it.
Travis Henry, number 5, 38, 49, 27 touchdowns, 01 to 04.
Oh, we'll give that round to Jarrod. I did horrible. I do want to know Jarrod's running back. Jarrod played running back in high school. He wore the number 44 because of Derek Holmes. Derek Holmes was a popular running back when Jarrod first started. When he started getting involved with the running back position. Where's he on the list?
Who is it?
Gotta be 20.
Derek Holmes.
D-A-R-I-C-K.
Number 22.
Okay.
1383,
One of my favorites.
10 touchdowns.
All right, guys.
If we were going down, because you guys have guessed around, number 12, Jim Braxton, 71 to 78. Marshawn Lynch is 13.
I can't believe we didn't guess him.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor's on this list at 21.
Oh, there you go.
1575.
Like
Joe Ferguson is on this list with 1174. So I just thought it was interesting. And thank you guys for playing along. Everybody killing it in the comments.
Nice. Is that up for grabs, Scott, tonight?
I'm a quarterback guy. You know I'm keeping it. That's my Joe Ferguson signature.
Oh, nice.
The white helmet with a blue face mask can't beat
Love
that.
it.
Nice. Brent Thomason says J.P. Lossman.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
God, I love this. I love these peeps.
Good one, Swank. That was a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Stumped me a little bit.
Doesn't that amaze you, though? It amazes you what the top 3 guys were, and then all of a sudden, or top 2 guys, and then Freddie's half of what Thurman and OJ were at.
Yeah. Remember, OJ set the record for most rushing yards in a season in only 14 games.
14 games.
Yeah.
So that's crazy to me.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
So
that was
here
fun.
we are now. We got through your little Reed trivia there. That was a good time. Let's talk about training camp, man, for a little bit. I know we got Buffalo Basics to get to. We want to talk about this preseason matchup. But I want to talk about training camp and kind of some of that bullshit that was going on online. A lot of dumb stuff like that. But, we haven't seen you guys since the blue and the red. And a couple practices have gone by, a couple pressers. So what do you think? What do you think there, Scotter? What have you pulled from last Tuesday to this Tuesday concerning training camp, the blue and red, and anything else you got?
All right, with training camp, I said it last week. I'll say it again. I love how the offensive line is being utilized. They're bouncing everyone around. I think Saffold is finally back, so that's good. But Ryan Bates even mentioned it in an interview saying all these positions, all these players are, if you know guard, a center, you know guard. If you know guard, you know tackle. And if you know tackle, you know tight end position. So it's just the wealth of knowledge that every one of these linemen will have is going to be beneficial to the depth and not skipping a beat if anybody was to get injured. So I'll take that with the interview with that. I do love, I saw little highlights of that blue and red practice. 36,000 people, guys. And I joked on Twitter. I said that's about the same amount of fans that the Miami Dolphins get on their, and the Jets and they get on their home games during the regular season.
But to tell a joke means it has to be fictional on one end, right? Yeah. So it's actually not a joke. It's actually truth.
It's actually true.
Oh, there you go. Some truth.
Truth.
So I love that. And Josh Allen coming out with that red helmet. I'm like, you could tell that was a custom job because the Bills already said that they're not wearing red helmets this year. I believe that they're not doing any of that. So
They
I think
can't. Yeah.
he loves to play with his teammates. He loves to mess with the fans. It's hilarious. I love to see it. And then I'm just gonna go real quick. One more thing that I saw today. I showed you guys Case Keenum, and it tells you how exactly this locker room is and how fun this group of guys are. Case Keenum acted as a fan today, asking autographs of some of the players. He had a hat on tucked down. He goes, excuse me, sir, can you sign my autograph? He was slapped Gabriel Davis's ass. It was just hilarious to watch. And he got Brandon Bean too. But just to see these guys, it's not so tense there.
Yeah.
They're chilling out. They're having fun. They're riding their scooters around. I just love what I'm not there, but I could feel what kind of atmosphere is there. And they're getting the work done, but they're also having fun doing it. And let's not forget, this is a sport. It's a game you're playing a game. Have fun doing it. Once you stop having fun, you should start thinking about hanging up the cleats. And I just love that everyone in this group is having a blast.
We say it every week almost. This is the team that we've been waiting for. Not only are they phenomenal athletes, they are so fun to root for, and they're fun-loving dudes. Like, you can thank Sean McDermott and Brandon Bean, but Josh Allen, his personality is completely infectious. And Von Miller is the older defensive version of Josh Allen, I feel like. You know what I mean? I just think you couldn't have had a better marriage of personalities there and work ethic and talent. It's insane, and I love it. What do you got, Jarrod?
So a lot of great things have happened in this past week. Scott, that red helmet, it gave me goosebumps when I first saw it. If you look really carefully, though, it's the same exact decal pattern as the modern helmet, just on the red helmet. That's why you didn't see any white, because the red stripe was still in the middle. Blue. Out of all the good things that happened this week, one thing that just keeps sticking out to me is the signing of Reggie Gilliam, fullback, tight end, special teamers, for 2 years. He's a guy that a lot of fans didn't know exactly if he would fit, where he would fit, and when he would fit. And obviously the Bills think he's going to fit. And he's a feel-good story. He's one of those guys that you're going to root for. This guy's been tight end, fullback in college. He played everywhere. And McDermott, when he was doing the interview, they talked about Gilliam, and gives me goosebumps just thinking about, McDermott slapped the table and he said, this is what Buffalo Bills football is all about. Giving kids chances that no one else is gonna, getting players that no one has their eyes on, but they see something special in. And it goes back to what the Bills organization's been saying for the past couple of years is sign, develop, or was it draft, develop, sign. Yep. So
Yes,
Reggie Gilliam, man, feel a good story. Root for this guy. I'm excited for him.
He's a good feel-good story. He's a walk-on to Toledo. Didn't know where he was going to play. Then he played a bunch of positions at Toledo, like the tight end, the fullback, and special teams. And now he made it to the NFL. He made it to the NFL to the point where he's getting re-signed for a contract of extension. And I'm happy for him. Swank's buying us each a 4-pack of some high-potent beer because
he got enough.
It's not that Swank doesn't love the guy, just he didn't see the offense going that way. But now I think the Ken Dorsey offense is starting to paint a little bit more of a picture of how dedicated they might be towards maybe going a little more heavy set, introducing the run, and all while not trying to leave the game that Josh Allen succeeds in so much.
I tell you, I'll eat crow a little bit. I did not see him making the final 53 because everything looked like it was going more wide receiver heavy. And my argument for it was that you have Josh Allen. And if anybody goes down, knock on wood they don't, you need another wide receiver to step up and be in that position. And you need to have not just a wide receiver, you need to have a corral of wide receivers that are hungry, that have been used to catching balls. I watched the first Embedded. It was like the off-season Embedded. I rewatched it last night with my wife. And I never really picked up on it before, but Dawson Knox's pinkies are both like this. And when they were asking him about, he's, oh, yeah, my weird pinkies or whatever, and they're bent up. And they said, oh, yeah, does that affect, like, when Josh throws you the ball? And he goes, it's from Josh.
Yeah, Josh did it.
His pinkies are, like, damn near broke and, like, bent in a position where they're ready to receive a rocket,
Yeah, they're ready to forgive.
So, to me, it's like you need those dudes. And yes, I see. I thought with the way they shaped the line that maybe Reggie wouldn't be as necessary. But you guys are right, man. Swiss Army knife. I love him as a player. I'm really glad he signed. It's just, it was surprising to me to see it. And I wonder what Jordan Poyer's thinking. Nobody's been talking about that. Like, here they just spent that money on that. You know what I mean? And it's not a lot of money, but they did, you know? So I was just, I don't know. Anything about that, you think? Does that mean anything?
I don't think it does. I think next year's cap's going to go up so much. I think Poyer's deal will be taken care of, but it's $5 million over 2 years, $2.5 million. They're still tight. They're still very tight, and they're not going to give Poyer $2.5 million extra a year. That's not something he'll agree on.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
kind of money
it's irrelevant.
that's kind of money. If you would have thrown a Poyer, he would have said, "Get out of here." So I think if you're going to spend money on someone, $2.5 million a year, and you can get a tight end, a fullback, and a special teamer out of it. There you go. 3 birds, 1 stone, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they love that versatility, man.
Yep.
They love it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as my take on anything else you guys didn't hit, the blue and the red, man, they went after Kyer Elam like crazy. And I am so glad they worked him. Every single touchdown was thrown against him. And Josh and the offense was on display there. It looked like a great night. Everybody having a good time. But they rode him. And I think that is super necessary. I heard some people kind of bitching about like how they're blowing him up and putting him on the spot. He needs this, guys. Like, we're only a month away. 1 month away from some Buffalo Bills live week 1 reps. A game that actually means something. And he has to be ready. So
those coverages, he was covering every touchdown that was caught.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game of inches. We talk about this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He was almost there. And the only way to get that inch is to keep repetitive motion, keep getting thrown to, keep getting thrown against. That's how he's going to make up that inch, Bills fans. And it's going to be something special to watch when he finally gets that inch back.
Time on task. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but looked like a great night. I did post something earlier in the week. Got a little traction on Twitter. There was a video of some idiot fans throwing jerseys and balls at Diggs, and Diggs was just picking up the jerseys, signing them, and dropping them behind him. I mean,
he thought about it, though.
Yeah, it did look like he was maybe, and then it was just like people were emptying their closet out on him, you know, like, I don't know. My plea to Bills Mafia is to stop, you know, like, just don't ruin a good thing. These guys sign way more than they have to. They sign way more than a lot of other players. And it's like you get that feel-good balance where people are like, look at this, man, we're a good team. We can get this close to the players. They sign autographs for us because they love us. Josh Allen's got that, like, kid story of, like, wanting to get that autograph that he got snubbed on. So he's, like, hell-bent on making every kid's day as much as he can. But a few assholes are going to ruin it, you know. He's not going to want to do that,
right?
You know? So he's already said he only wants to sign for kids. He actually, during that video, the Case Keenum video, he pushed him away like, oh, yeah, thanks, but he didn't sign it ball. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, he figured out what the joke was or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's nobody here, but, you know, stop. He got hit with a football in a box, you know, and scolded an adult. It turned out to be an adult, you know, and half these people are just trying to flip it. The kids, there was kids that had Stephon Diggs signing Allen jerseys. They didn't care.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You know, they just wanted to meet him. And he went around the whole stadium taking pictures in almost every section, you know, like after doing a practice. Like, these are the things, like, people draw that line, like, yeah, they're millionaires. Yeah, they're getting paid to play a game. Do you know how hard it is to stay on that workout regimen a full, like, a year at a time? You don't have any vacation. You don't have any days off. Like, you're not seriously, like, getting a break. You're just trying to stay as close to football shape as you can so that by the time the season comes around and the real work comes, you're not hurt. You know, or you're available, or you can compete, or you don't lose your job, you know.
And just what you need is a stray jersey, the fabric hitting you in the eye, scratching your cornea, a fucking football that hits you in the nutsack, something like that.
Yeah.
It's so like, I'm just going to go off this real quick.
Sure.
The reason Josh Allen is probably not what he's thinking, but the reason the signing kids autographs, like you said, they don't care what jersey they're signing, anything like that. They do it because they love Josh Allen. They're starting to love the game of football. They're very highly interested in all this stuff. And it's a good reason. These adults that are doing this, guys, Josh Allen's jersey, his signature is worth so much. These ass faces, I'm sorry, I'm going to swear again, are throwing these things at him so they can turn it around and make $1,000 off of it.
Name, I'm over the track. Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back.
For those guys out there saying he should do it because he's making millions of dollars, go check out other teams. These guys are signing a lot of merchandise for a lot of fans. And if you can't get your jersey, your helmet, your football, your cleat, your sock, your underwear signed at level, don't go to the freaking tunnel where they're coming out and whipping things at them. That's just ridiculous. It's uncalled for. And, are you really there for the right reason?
One of the things that I thought about instantly was how many times do you see players go to the sideline and if they have that bullshit like slippery surface behind the benches, they fall. They hit their knee, they hit their leg, they fall on their ass, they get hurt, they twist an ankle. What do you think it's like if you step on a polyester jersey? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What if, and we're not that far removed from like being the bad luck Bills, man. Like, everybody's comfortable and sitting in. I still got that in my head. I watched it all, man. I lived all that, and it's ingrained. It really shaped who I am. Those 4 Super Bowls, and it's like, why do that? Why even put that in harm's way like that? And there was people bitching about Diggs like signing and dropping. I thought it was beautiful, man.
What else is he supposed to do? Find who threw it and throw it back up to him?
They said he could have just walked away and waved.
Yeah,
sure.
But now they have their jersey signed like they wanted to. He's going to leave it there for maybe someone to claim.
He could have just left it and not picked it up and signed it and dropped it on purpose. But to me, it's like,
I love it.
That's a lesson.
Yep.
Dude, you got your signature. Good luck getting your jersey. Like, don't throw it at my face from 5 rows up or 10 rows up or whatever. Especially after I was out here busting my ass and then I sat out here for another half hour, 45 minutes doing all this stuff. Come next time. Try again. Or you got a story about how, I almost did. I saw him going to the tunnel. Good enough is not good enough for people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they got to get right up in somebody's ass. And it takes the special, moments out of these kind of things.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer.
Yeah, when you hand a football to Josh Allen, he takes it from you. You say, "Hey, Josh, man, who's your favorite player?" You don't have that kind of connection if you're.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Throw the jersey and catch it back when he throws it back. Just stop. Yep. It's annoying.
So I just want to throw in there really quick. My 7-year-old Sullivan and I went to training camp 2 Mondays ago. We lined up in the wrong spot. The players didn't come. He was upset because we didn't get a player's autograph. And all I kept saying to him was, be patient. You never know when these things will happen. You just have to be patient. And sure enough, 2 seconds before we got on the bus, Micah Hyde come walking up and signed his hat for him. So go to another camp. Go to another game. If you can't get that Josh Allen signed autograph, whatever, this time just wait and be patient because you never know what's going to happen.
I didn't meet a Bill and get an autograph until I was in my early 30s. It just, and maybe it wasn't quite as much of a thing back then. It was a little more of a rarity to have a player's autograph, I feel like, when we were younger, right? It was like something you strive for, but it wasn't like you go to a card shop and you see it there or something. It wasn't something that was as readily accessible as it is now. You can go on eBay and buy whatever you want right now. It doesn't mean anything because you didn't have that connection. It's the same thing as like throwing a jersey at somebody's face. There's no connection there. All you did is probably piss them off and irritate them.
Yep.
So it turns something that's supposed to be good into bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got Mr. Ryan Thomas of the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast saying, all caps, I can't wait for the Rager. Woo! Hell yeah, buddy.
Trust me, Ryan, we cannot wait for that Rager either. September 3rd, guys, for those of you who don't know, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. is having their second annual regular season rager at Reinvention Brewery here in Manchester, New York. It's basically kicking off the 2022 Bills football season the Saturday before the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
We can't wait. Live music, live show of the K-Gun Report. Mark Maddox is coming. And we're doing this for the Help One Foundation, raising money for the Help One Foundation through the Shout for a Cause Inc. and the Superfans. Superfans are going to be there. We're going to have raffles. We got jerseys. We got helmets we're raffling off. Door prize is going to be a Stephon Diggs jersey. And Endless Mountain Derelicts are playing from 7 to 9. Swank's band, guys, they rock it. And I'm telling you what, Swank, by 7 o'clock after we've had a kick-ass day, I can't wait to chill, have a couple beers, drink with the fans, and listen to your guys rock out for sure.
Jump around like an idiot, sweating my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I can't wait either. We're coming up on a 5-show run. We got 5 shows in 9 days starting Friday.
There you go.
One of them's a big festival that we're really excited about. But yeah, man.
I'm sorry, I just do want to add Ryan Thomas will be part of the panel for that show.
Yes, he will.
So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, $5 get you access to all this. You can, like we were saying, you can actually meet an NFL legend, Mr. Mark Maddox, while helping his charity via our best friends, the Superfans Shout for a Cause charity. You can meet all the Superfans, these people we keep talking about. Buffalo Spartan, one of the best dudes we know. Lady Bills, one of the best ladies we know. You know, you got Bills Jason, one of the funniest dudes we've ever had on this show. I love him to death. Bill's dad, Bill's kid. There's a million of them. Mm-hmm. And they're all the coolest. Tons of raffle items. We'll have more FLX shirts. We have a couple of these that might make it through. We might get some more. But we have red ones that are coming because it seemed like we were going to run out. So those will be available. It's going to be for $5. Like, you're not going to get much cooler of an experience. Reinvention's also releasing their Super Fanatic Cream Ale that day.
I was saying, if you like beer, they've got some pretty tasty beers there on their tap. So
yeah, the Middle Finger Lakes IPA, that's one of my favorites from over there. So aside from that, man, music, but we're doing a live show there. Ryan's going to be on. We're going to try and drag all these super fans on, get some of you guys to sit down with us. We're going to be taking phone calls. I mean, it's going to be a hellacious, amazing day. Mm-hmm. And all to get hyped for this game. The first game of the 2022 NFL season is the Buffalo Bills against the Los Angeles Rams.
Which is only 5 days after the show.
Are you kidding me?
5 days.
We're starting our season off playing against the Super Bowl champions of the previous year. That just, that says a lot about the NFL and their respect for the Buffalo Bills to put us in that rank and put us in that place. And we better show up. Guys, right now we're showing up without our number one cornerback against the number one wide receiver in the league in Cooper Kupp. So that's going to be a tough matchup. Hopefully Elam is ready. But, man, there's a lot to – I can't wait. There's a lot that has to happen between now and then, though.
We got Patrick saying, Swank, are you going to perform the Bill Shout song at the Ranger? I might have to talk the guys into that, man.
Oh, boy, that'd be awesome.
You make me wanna.
Huh? You guys should sing it. You guys both like to sing.
Hey.
Lonnie says, I don't drink beer, but I'm going.
Oh, yeah, Lonnie.
Sure.
We'll see you there.
Come hang out. It'll be a great time.
There'll be a food truck there, Lonnie, so they'll have beverages, I believe, at the food truck.
Yeah. Raffles.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably win all the raffles anyway.
Yep.
Frank says he definitely wants some swag. Yeah, man, we'll have stickers. We'll have shirts. All sorts of stuff there, man. You guys are sweet. Buffalo Spartan says he'll karaoke it.
Karaoke.
I'm keeping receipts, bro. Don't worry. You got to do it with the helmet on, though.
Yep.
All right, I got the depth chart I wanted to pull up here.
Mm-hmm.
So we got this. Kind of springing this on you guys. I'm sorry. I just got thinking about it when we were all talking. Were there any surprises when this came out? Did you guys get a chance to look at it?
There's a surprise I have that
Jarrod keeps putting his finger up like he's never going to get a chance to talk. He's like, I guess. Please come to me at some point.
I kind of forgot you were down there.
Going back to the versatility of the players on the line and defensive line and how they can move back and forth. Chad Hall, the wide receiver coach, was preaching about the wide receiver room, how they've been moving the slots out to the wide guys into the slots. So it's going to be an interesting offense to watch this year because who you expect to be at the slot might not be there. They might be outside running the deep ball. It's going to be freaking sweet to watch. But yes, I have the roster up too, Swank. I knew you were going to go there. Cool.
Oh, you did? Sweet. Yeah. The only thing, there was a couple things that kind of like, I don't know, threw me for a little bit of a loop, I guess. Not too bad. I mean, the Quessenberry over the Spencer Brown, that's about availability, right? If Spencer comes in, he takes his reps. By the time the season starts, I would expect him to be the right tackle.
But look at that depth. Keep going, Swank.
I know. I also like don't care, I don't think, between those two. Aside from the fact that Spencer Brown is a physical specimen, I thought I almost got his jersey. Like last week we talked about this. Like I got my first couple like current Bills jerseys since LaShawn McCoy was on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty hooked me up with that little deal there, and I got an Ed Oliver, and I got a Diggs. I got a Color Rush Diggs, and but it was between that and like I could have went Gabe Davis. I love Gabe Davis. I'm hoping he'll stay on the team. I could have went Von Miller. Why not, man? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, he might take us this. I could have went Josh Allen. I know that, you know, it's the way Josh Allen is the choice jersey for most female Bills Mafia members, but, you know, I don't care. I love Josh Allen. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Spencer Brown is one of those dark horse dudes that, like, if you walk in to Highmark with a Spencer Brown jersey, you're a badass, dude. To me, you are a badass. You just were like, no, this dude's not going anywhere. He's one of the biggest, one of the baddest, one of the most fun to watch. Like, and he's an offensive lineman. Like,
yep.
It's destiny that Bills Mafia gets to be good right now because we cared about practice squad players for so many years, about them like making that rags to riches kind of story. But now we got these dudes, like, we're in a good spot, and we're like, we want this big ass lineman to be good. Like, that's how,
with an attitude. He's not just big and strong. He's got an attitude with him.
People were surprised to see Zach Moss as number 2 running back on the list.
Yep. Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you what this list is. It's a prove it list, okay? They're going to put out the starters from last year. They're not going to put the rookies in the first or second or third string. It's a prove it list. It's the first depth chart. And the reason I'm saying this is right now they have Matt Hawk as the starting punter, right? I just don't think and they have Moss ahead of Cook. And the running back situation, the only thing I could see is the starter Singletary. That will remain. Depends on what kind of scheme they go into the games with, is whether or not Moss or Cook will be the second guy. But this is just a prove it list. We'll have the starters there. They're not going to dub the rookies as starters by any means. Maybe next week after the Colts game, you'll see that list change around a little bit. However, the surprise I do see is the middle linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds, and then Terrell Bernard is number 2, not Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me a lot right now. I know, and look at the list. They got the pronunciation guide, which I absolutely love, because if you know Jarrod and I, we jack up names. Matakovich, Tyler Matakovich.
I haven't been very good about it lately either.
I know, right?
Hosting is like a different deal, man. When you're like trying to feel all that dead space, you know. I don't know how many shows this has been now. Probably like 10.
You're doing a great job.
You're doing fantastic.
I appreciate it. You guys are the best.
But that's the only surprise I see, is that a rookie is ahead of a guy that's been not a staple, but a decent backup for Tremaine and a hell of a special teamer. So to see the rookie Terrell Bernard, and he's getting a lot of praise in camp. He flies to the ball. He fills the gaps. He's such a different looking linebacker than Tremaine because he's so much smaller. But man, to have him at middle linebacker, not outside linebacker like I thought he would be, is something that I'd noticed that was a big difference on this depth chart.
Yeah, Rob Mullen says not seeing Terrell Dodson as Edmonds' backup on this list.
Right. He's a will linebacker, weak side linebacker, and I think that's a good spot for him.
Yeah. I think, to me, man, having Bernard there, like, McDermott does not elevate rookies like that. It's like he makes them claw, like, unless it's like blatantly like Tre'Davious White, like, okay, he's amazing, we know that he's going to be there, that's why he's there now. He's hurt, he's still the number one corner, whatever. That's no surprise. But to your point, man, seeing him there, that's huge. Like, that's them saying, like, we don't care if he plays special teams, like, whatever. Like, he's right there. And,
Swank in camp, he's been in the goal line defense, and he's been swatting balls away from Dawson Knox. He's been creating passes, defense, and breakups like crazy. So I think that's why he's earned that spot.
Mm-hmm. Our boy Kevin said Moss is having a good camp. Yeah, that's every report that I've had. And also I heard, I think Sale maybe today on WGR was talking about why Moss is second on this list. And I know I'm bouncing back to that. The point that he brought up was, if Singletary needs like a spell, or if he goes down, or if he tweaks something and he needs to come out for a series, do you want Moss back there, or do you want Cook back there? Is Cook an every down back? Does Cook have the experience? Moss at least has been in the league, and he's had a good camp. He might have a little more durability at this point to be that choice. Mm-hmm. So I can see that. I can also see them writing this out, being like, this will just solidify that Cook is gonna put his foot on the gas and make sure that he's the number 2. You know what I mean? Like,
here's another way to think about it, though. Here's another way to think about it. Devin Singletary, number 1 running back. Zach Moss, the number 2 running back. But Cook will have more plays than Zach Moss. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you can have Zach Moss and
it would make sense. It would make sense. But if you're looking at the history, and I know it's not going to be the same forever, they only dress 2 running backs plus Taiwan, right? Like, very rarely do they dress 3. There was like those couple games where they dress Breida too. But normally they're going in with 2. So I wish that they would expand the rosters to 70 people, and that would be fine.
Here's my take on the Moss Singletary Cook thing. Before Cook was drafted, how did you see the running back setting when they first brought in J.D. McKissick? How did you see the running back setting when they brought in Duke Johnson? If you were to ask me if Singletary went down between J.D. McKissick and Duke Johnson versus Zach Moss, who would you have be the second stringer? Zach Moss. So I think, and I'll go back, I said this a bunch of episodes ago, James Cook was brought in to do a certain thing. He brought in to do the J.D. McKissick thing. He was brought in to do the Duke Johnson thing. So I think, with that being said, the answer is Zach Moss is number 2, and Cook will have his own skill set. He will be the third down back, but he'll see a lot more snaps than probably Zach Moss, like Jarrod said.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Yep. I know a couple weeks ago, I went off on a little Cody Ford thing, saying that, I'm hoping he does well. I'm thinking he's going to make it. They got him listed behind Ryan Bates right now, and that might be easy to do. But, yeah, Jarrod, I can see the clock. We're good. I'm timing it out, buddy. Don't worry.
Do you have an alarm set? Beep, beep, beep,
Swank,
beep, 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 beep.
Swank, it's almost 9. I even got the comment all lined up and everything for it, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think with what's going on with him, everything I've heard, he's had a bad camp, man. And with that being said, I'm going to tell you, we're going into... Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. Pew, 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 pew.
We're here.
Patrick Hughes says, crack open another beer, and if you're not down with that, I've got 4 words for you. We're going into overtime.
Nice.
Dude, I love you, dude. Yeah, I think Cody's had a bad camp. I mean, you hear a couple, like the first week, they were like, wow, he's doing really well. But he's gotten so many opportunities, so many extra chances because of all the injuries on the line. But he's still not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Do we get like one do-over for our 53-man roster? Because I'm going to end up buying both you guys a 4-pack. I can feel it right now. It's just a bummer. He's got no versatility. I think the only way he gets on is if Ike is like on pup to start the season, and then they'll cut him as soon as Ike comes back, I think. But we'll see.
We shall see.
Anything else on here?
Nope. Like I said, I think it's a prove it depth chart, and we'll see what happens over the next 3 weeks.
Can I just do this really fast? The second string defensive line: Boogie Basham, Jordan Phillips, Tim Settle, AJ Epinesa.
Starts on 30 teams in the NFL, right?
What? Dude, I would be so stoked about that. Like, I want I want Shaq and Shaq. That's kind of surprising. Shaq's third behind Vaughn and AJ. I know it, right? But I don't know. Like, I think that seeing Ed Oliver and Tim Settle lined up next to each other would be a fucking riot. And I'll say that with the F-bomb. Don't care. Like, that would be so much fun. If those two gelled together and wreaked havoc, it would be so fun. If Ed Oliver and Jordan Phillips were on the same line, I think that would be super fun. With Von Miller, like, it's just any combination of these dudes' personalities and the way they work. It just be
you could sprinkle a little bit of everybody in any of that.
Anything. And I'm not taking anything away from Daquan Jones, but like, it's just, I'm so excited for preseason to see Tim Settle. Like, I want to see Tim Settle out there, and I want to see him just like destroying second string quarterbacks for a good 3 hours.
It'll be some sort of preseason, because usually when the third and second stringers come in, it looks a little sloppy. I think you're going to see a sound offense and a sound defense when those second stringers come in. We'll see a lot of them, I believe, this week.
That's a dream, right? You want that depth to be as
just to
elite
kick ass.
Yeah. Oh God, just to stomp people's souls out. What do you think, Jerry?
I just have one guy's name on my mind right now, and that's Rousseau. If you want a jersey to get and get him signed, right now is the time to do it. He's going to be a beast. Von Miller's spreading his knowledge to this young man, and it's going to be something crazy. This guy's gotten bigger. He already had the length. You saw in the outside runs where he just reach out and grab somebody.
Yeah.
Gregory Rousseau is going to be something special in the NFL, and I just can't wait to see what it is. So if you have the chance, get his jersey now.
Gunpowder and gasoline. That's what Von Miller said. He's just feeding him gunpowder and gasoline. Ooh, that's going to be a shirt. That's absolutely going to be a shirt. If Dell hasn't done that one yet, I want to do it so bad. To have a future Hall of Famer say that about you, I don't know. Also, in that blue and red game, Rousseau was in the backfield so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who knows how many sacks he could have had, right? And whatever. You're not going full speed, but I am just, my expectations for him and my excitement level for him is through the roof for this season, dude. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Hawk in front of Ariza, I know, kind of touched on it. Does that mean anything?
No, they're not going to put a rookie in front of a veteran. That's all that is.
Right now.
The only thing I have about Ariza I'm concerned about, and I think Sal brought it up this morning, was he can punt the shit out of the ball, and he doesn't know what's going on, what's being said by the coaches, where to put it. But his directional punting, we haven't heard anything about yet. He's putting it through the end zone, in the end zone, but is he able to pin it down inside the 5 and the 10 out of bounds? So that's going to be something to watch.
Yeah. I don't know if they're purposely not saying that. Everything that I've read or seen or heard, 70, I don't care if you can angle it on the 1 or not. I mean, I guess I do. But if you're kicking it 75 yards out of your own end zone, I don't care. Like, you're flipping the field. Everybody that's gunning down, like, they should be on that guy. I know there was a lot of questions about his holding. They said that he's been holding fine. I know there's been questions about his hang time because, like, even though he kicks it far, it gets down there faster. Everything I've heard says that that's pretty average for what he's doing. Plus, he's kicking it deeper, so it's giving him an extra tick or whatever. I don't know. I think it would be insane to me to see Matt Hawk actually make this roster. I just don't see it happening.
Right. And I always said, if you could punt the ball 10 yards further and the returner gets 5 yards more per punt return, you still gain 5 yards on that.
Still
punt.
gain 5.
So,
yeah.
So, and there is such thing as out punting your coverage, but at some point, you know, we have a really good special teams and they will figure it out. That's what the training camps are for and all that stuff. And if those gunners can get around their blocker quicker and pin the guy in faster, good luck to the returners.
Do you know why they call it out punting the punter?
Out
Because the
coverage.
Punter, the coverage, because the punter only can.
Is what it is.
Yeah, there's a certain average that this punter kicks at, and every once in a while he's going to get one, right? And they say, oh, they outkick the punt coverage. If Arise is punting the shit out of the ball every time, they're going to adjust.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's no more out punting it.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't. I mean, to me, if you're kicking at 40 yards compared to 70 yards, like there's still time between those distances. You know what I mean? You still have time for people to run down. If you watch his highlight tape from college, like every single one, the dude's backpedaling, turning around, running 15 yards straight as fast as he can to try and get to the ball. Like, it's insane. It's insane that he had the reputation that he had and that he was doing what he was doing, and people still didn't know how to prepare for him. Yeah, I mean, I know it's college, it's not pro, but, like, still, like, they all watch film, they all know what's going on. You've all heard of this one punter, you know what I mean? But he was just skying it, man, like, insane. And, yeah, you probably don't have, like, that privilege. I think it's really, to me, it's more about the distance. Like, I know hang time's important, but if he can get it that far down and then they got to negotiate all that traffic back to try and, you know, you're still going to win that field position battle, I feel like. You're going to flip a field.
Yep.
So.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Gesundheit. All right, you guys want to hit this preseason matchup?
Let's talk about something real quick.
Okay, let's talk about something.
Beasley and Feliciano, you need to shut your mouth.
Mouth?
Here's the thing, and I'm going to make it short and sweet.
Okay.
If both players want to trash the organization, saying things are happening different, things are changing, the change is getting your asses off the team. The change is players developing and becoming better players than you are. So if you're upset with the process, you're upset with how the NFL works in the business, then there's a reason why you're no longer on a team right now. No one signed you. And then there's a reason why you're getting dragged by your face mask away from a fight that you started at the Giants training camp yesterday. To the both of them, just, stick to your twits there, Beasley. And Feliciano, as far as you trashing that offensive line, you were unhappy with the running game last year. You were unhappy with how the plays were called. You were unhappy with the locker room. Yeah, you followed your head coach and you followed your offensive line coach to the Giants. Okay. And if you're going to blame the offensive line for being a problem at Buffalo, you're the one that started a fight, took somebody to the ground, tried kneeing them in the back of the head and all that stuff. So I think the problem might be you, Feliciano. So Beasley and Feliciano, shut your mouth. It's annoying.
As far as the bees things go, I mean, like, they both have a trail behind them, right? Like, it's not like all of a sudden they popped on the scene and they're doing these things they've never done before. And actually, Cole, like, started out his whole bitch not being a bitch. He started talking about how the Bills, like, when he was in Buffalo, was the best, most fun time he's ever had playing football. He had his best year ever playing with Josh Allen. So, like, there's not a whole lot you can say.
Swank, it's called being a manipulator. You start off by being the nice guy, and then you get everybody on your side, and then you start turning the story the way you want it to be. That's manipulating.
Well, sure. I mean, he didn't get what he wanted. I think he saw the writing on the wall. He's the one that asked for the trade. He's the one that said that, Gabe has to come up. Like, if the front office changed so much and he had to leave because of that, why not say that? He obviously didn't have a problem saying anything else that he felt about COVID or anything like that. And that's fine. Have your opinion. I don't care. Even when he was bullshitting online and getting wrapped up in all this, like, debate and battle, like, personally, I love him for what he did for Josh Allen. I love him for what he did for this team. I liked him before he came here. But when he came here, if everybody will remember, he shit-talked Dallas the whole way. So he left one team, shit-talked them, came here, and it was cool because he was on our team. Now he's not on our team because there's younger people. And he's saying, like, Gabe was never going to replace him.
It's Isaiah
McKenzie, Crowder. Whoever, whoever's in that slot. Like, Gabe's not, whatever, maybe targets, but not, like, position-wise. So it's all more of the same. It's an aging wide receiver who paid his dues, a respectful guy, scrappy guy, tough guy. I just watched the Thanksgiving game again the other night. And, I mean, you want to talk about the most beautiful game to watch. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, that Patriots game was great. But that Thanksgiving game, I mean, people forget, I think, they were still counting the Bills out. The Bills had won 8 games up to that point, and they were still counting them out, saying they hadn't played anybody worth a damn and whatever, and that Dallas was really going to put their foot down and this was going to be a statement game, which is completely contradictory because if the Bills haven't beat anybody worth a shit, and Dallas has been losing these close games, but they're going to make a statement by beating the Bills at home on Thanksgiving. You should beat the Bills at home on Thanksgiving. And the Bills came in and whooped your ass, like, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game to watch. I recommend. It's free. Watch it on YouTube. You can watch it. It's beautiful. Watch it. But to see, like, the team rally around him, he catches the first touchdown. Like, Josh Allen has that, like, that soul, man, where it's like, I know you want to do this. I know you want to score this touchdown. I know how you feel. Like, he connects with his teammates and players on a level I think a lot of quarterbacks don't. And it's like when you see somebody like Cole Beasley try to take a shit on Buffalo, like, not necessarily the city, but the front office. Like, I don't know, man. That's the same front office that gave you a chance. The same front office that brought you in here. The same front office that had you here for, 3 years? Mm-hmm. You know, could have went the way of John Brown. You know what I mean? Could have went the way of a lot of other guys. Why not just, like, bow out gracefully? You know what I mean? You asked for the trade. You're not employed right now. You're probably going to be on a team by the end of the season. But, like, what do you want? That's the whole thing. And I think that was, like, a lot of what was going on with COVID, too, was, like, what do you want out of this? Why are we doing this? You know what I mean? So, that being said, the Feliciano thing, he's just a big doofus.
Yeah, that's the end of that one.
Like, you know what I mean? He's just a big dummy. And and he kind of always has been, and he's lovable. But let's be honest, man. Like, how many great games did he have for the Bills? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Couple? Count them on one hand. Give him 4. I don't care. When he got manhandled in that first Chiefs game, that was it for me. I thought he was going to come back bigger, badder than ever, and he never did.
Right.
And you're kind of running your mouth again, like you're saying, about the offensive coordinator that was in charge of all of that, and the offensive line coach that was in charge of you and all that. So, like, you followed the two dudes that were the biggest problem to New York, New Jersey, and now you're going to try and throw some shade. He's also best friends with Cole Beasley. So if this isn't in retaliation or in conjunction with that, I'd be surprised,
Right.
What do you think, Jerry?
I don't want to talk about those two. You guys said enough. No, the only thing I have with Bees is if he's still unemployed.
No. You
and
said you didn't want to talk.
The Bills want to make a playoff push. You know what I mean? Is he going to change his tune? And if he does change his tune, he's already burnt his bridge. So
I'll tell you what, man. I think Brandon Beane's a sound businessman. But do you think if Antonio Brown came back and said, "Hey, man, I was wrong. I really want to play for you," do you think Brandon? I don't think Brandon Beane's the kind of dude that would give him the time of day. I really think that he's a lot like us. He'd be like, "You had your fucking chance. Pack out, man. See you later." But yeah.
Deuces.
All right. This is we're in like double. Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. Just wanted to get it in twice,
There you go. Make up for all the last ones we got, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about this game coming up real quick.
Yep.
Scooter, I hear that you're going to be in attendance.
Yeah, I'm going to the game. I'm taking my in-laws. My mother-in-law's never been, and I'm taking my son Jack, turning 6 in September. He's never been. So I figure instead of taking him to a regular season game, let's go to a little more mild preseason game. It's safer. But no, I'm excited for it. And for those of you who want to go to it and don't have tickets, check out FLX Mafia and 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. We have a thing going on until tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Tag 2 people and share the post, and you'll be entered to win 2 free tickets to the Colts game. But with that being said, I don't know what I expect. Mostly because we have a new offensive coordinator. So I don't know if Ken Dorsey is going to be someone that wants to have Josh Allen for the first couple of series, have the starters out there a little bit longer or even at all. I can't remember what they did the first preseason game last year. I know Josh and the starters got a lot of reps in the third game. But with Ken Dorsey having a different style offense and them trying to hone that in, I don't know how much confidence they have in it yet. So I can't tell you what I think is going to happen because I think it's so unpredictable right now. But I do expect I am watching the defensive line. I am paying attention to that this week. I want to see Settle, Daquan Jones. I want to see those second and third stringers tear it up because I think the Colts are in trouble.
I think one of the underlying storylines that's kind of been breezed over is Case Keenum. Like, I think, he had a lot of praise to say about Isaiah Hodgins this last week, that he's like a wide receiver that he can really connect with. And now with Stevenson gone, maybe he's got another shot at making the roster. Who knows? But I'd really like to see how Case like interacts and throws and plays with all these wide receivers and the line and the running backs. I mean, he's a pro's pro, journeyman. Like, I would assume he's going to be fine. But I think it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah,
he may start.
That's the beautiful thing about the preseason is we're going to see players out there that are fighting for positions, and this is a very important year for that. So we'll see the starters for a little bit, and then the backups are going to be in there. And Scott, I'm with you. That defensive line is just stacked from back to front. So those guys are going to be going after it all game long. So the backups that are going to come in for the Colts, they're going to get a really good lesson. Good thing for the Colts and Frank Reich. They're going to see a lot of young guys getting good experience, and hopefully maybe somebody shines in that group. But be ready for that DL, the defensive line, to wreak havoc all game long.
Patrick Hughes, Bills defense love doing 2 things, chewing gum and sacking QBs, and they're all out of gum.
Love it.
Yeah. Brother Brent brings up a good point. The Bills were 0-4 in the 90s preseason on the Super Bowl runs.
Every single one.
Yeah, man. they don't really mean anything to us, right? Like, unless you're a nut. And I think, like, Bills fans are on a different level when it comes to this kind of stuff, where it's like we want to see the depth. We've always had to, like, root for the depth because what we had wasn't living up, you know, past those 90s teams, whatever. But it should be fun. Like, I think it'll be a good chance. It's like I've changed my whole mindset about all this, especially since, like, doing this, where it's like it's fun to see young guys realizing their dream. Like, even if they're only on a team for training camp, it might be disappointing, but at least they had that opportunity. At least they know what to work on. Maybe they get on a practice squad. It's like it's a fun storyline to follow, I feel like.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
And Bills fans know their depth too, so we've always known it. Like you said earlier, we know the feel-good stories. So Bills Mafia is going to be paying attention to those guys backing up everybody.
Well, sure. and even if the Colts do start their backups, Nick Foles is the backup quarterback, so they're going to be playing a legit quarterback that can make the reads, read the defenses. So I think Elam will be tested right off the bat. He's not going to be. He may be facing second-string wide receivers, but the quarterback still makes the read, and the receivers aren't that bad either. Indianapolis Colts have a good run game, and they have good running backs backing them up. So I think we'll see a heavy dose of how our defensive scheme will face against the run as well, which are two big concerns I believe that Bills fans had after last year, even though the Bills' run defense wasn't that bad.
Debbie says, I want to see if Boogie and Moss improved over the offseason. Yeah, two guys we'll definitely be keeping an eye on. And they should be getting a lot of reps, a lot of snaps on Saturday, so it'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Scooter, I'm stoked for you and your boy and your mother-in-law to go hang out and check out a game. Are you going over to Hammer?
We're going to try. We're leaving at 12, which means it's going to give us about an hour and a half before game time to do whatever we want. But Jack wants to play catch with the football. He wants to say go Bills and hey to as many Bills fans as he can. My father-in-law is also going, and I hate to call you out, Dad, but he's older, and I don't feel like that walk would be appropriate for him to go all the way over there. So I think we're going to hang out in the parking lot, eat some subs, have a couple drinks, and I don't know how much I'm going to pay attention to the game because I'm trying to turn a little Bills fan into a huge Bills fan, so I'm going to be more concerned about how he's enjoying his experience.
You heard it here first. Scott's not watching the game.
Did you see that, buddy? No, and I purposely got the ramp entrance. We're at section 123, so the tunnel's right there, so we can go right down there. And he got a nice little Josh Allen jersey from K Smith, who runs a lot of deals on Facebook. Check him out, guys. He's legit. That's how Swank's getting his jerseys. And I'm getting jerseys for Jarrod through K Smith. So when he gives you those promotions, jump on him. He's legit. But he's wearing his Allen jersey. And I told him we're going to go down. And if Josh Allen doesn't play, he doesn't play. But he may sign your jersey, bud. So you never know. I just
want to throw him at him.
I know. I won't throw the kid. I won't throw the kid at him. But again, like I said,
I used to be a quarterback. Don't worry.
Like I said, it's the experience. I'm hoping I've been the games, and I'm still the same way. The 100th game I go to than I was the first game. It's still something else to walk through that tunnel, see the field open up that's below the sea level, below the ground level. It's just an amazing experience, and I'm going to be paying more attention to how my little buddy reacts to this experience.
Oh yeah, man!
I'll never forget my first time, man. And I'll tell you what, as much as like I've gone over and over, like, you still never really remember until you're there, like, what it feels like until they come out on the field. It's completely crazy.
Yeah.
Just hits you right in your chest.
Yep. That's going to be part of my closing thoughts.
Well, speaking of closing thoughts, since Scott, you brought that up, why don't we do, hey, Jarrod, what do you got for closing thoughts here? Huh?
Closing thoughts are going to be the same. As we all know, we need to get Kent Hall and Steve Tasker in the mouths of the 49 people voting for the Hall of Fame committee. Again, Kent Hall blocked for Thurman Thomas, 8-time 1,000-yard rushing seasons behind Hall. Jim Kelly, same thing, 8-time 3,000-yard passing seasons behind Kent Hall. The K-Gun was run by this man leading the way for that offensive line. Steve Tasker, 7-time All-Pro votings. It's simple. When you say it, it just makes sense. Hall of Fame for those guys. I'm off next week. It's going to be just Swank and Scott running the show for Tuesday, but I'll be back the following week. Going to go on a little vacation in Darien Lake with the kids.
Ooh,
Until then, guys, have fun. Watch the Bills. They're going to be going back to Buffalo after the last 2 practices here. Root them on during the preseason. Let's hope for a healthy outcome by week 1. And as always, guys, go Bills.
What's funny, Swank?
I'm sorry. Yeah, great last thoughts, man. Boy Brent, he never. I'm gonna throw his picture back up there because he was the fan profile of the week. He just says closing thoughts. Tua sucks ass.
Oh, didn't you say something last week, Swank, saying if it was up to the Miami beat reporters,
Yeah.
Tua hasn't thrown an incomplete pass yet this preseason, this offseason?
One incomplete.
That was Coward. Coward said, according to Miami Twitter, he hasn't thrown one incompletion all offseason, which is super funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
What do you got, Scooter?
Mine is a little sets me back a little bit, and I alluded to this earlier. I'm taking my 6-year-old to his first ever football game. I remember my first ever football game with my father, and the experience of just tailgating, watching everybody rooting for coming together for the same cause, going to that field, watching the tunnel open up to that big stadium. I want to remind fans that that's what it's all about. I mean, when I go to a football game at the age of 41, the inner child comes out on me. And it's because I love the game so much. Let's remember why we love the football game. Let's remember that these guys are playing a sport that they're getting paid a lot of money for, but they're playing a sport. And it's a sport that you're there to get away from the world for a little bit and enjoy what it is. And it's simple. It doesn't have to be as difficult as a lot of people may turn it out to be, throwing jerseys, helmets at people for an autograph, getting on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube and all that stuff, and hounding people because they may not know that much or because they believe in a certain thing. It's a game. Love it. Love your team. Support your team, and bring the little ones up to know how to treat the game instead of the other way. So I'm hoping to raise my little guy right when it comes to being a sports fan, a great teammate, someone there that's going to be there for a losing team and supportive. It's what the world needs, and start him off young. He's going to be an FLX Mafia member for his life. Bills Mafia. Go Bills.
Name, I'm over the track. Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back to the...
Nicely done. Yeah, man, he'll have a great time. That'll be great. I'm really excited. Take some pictures. Go see some super fans. Get him a Mountain Dew shot.
There you go. Bill's kid does those Mountain Dew shots. It's cute to see.
Yeah, I saw some of the videos from Spartan's retirement party, man, which, by the way, I really wish I could have made it up there. I had a show to play. We all wish we could have came, man, and congratulations again. We love you to death. Preseason, man. Preseason is on us. It's upon us. 1 month. 1 month until we're watching real legit football that counts. I'm so excited. I'm very excited. My wife's getting her first jersey. Of course, it's Jordan Poyer. Of course, I'm a little jealous. It's okay. She's adorable anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I want to see every single person that was here tonight on September 3rd, man. Regular season rager. We're at Reinvention Brewing in Manchester, New York. It's going to be a great time. Ex-Buffalo Bill Mark Maddox, all the super fans that you can handle, and more. We got a beer release. We got T-shirts. We got raffles. You're entered to win a Stephon Diggs jersey just by paying your $5 admission. Live music, live K-Gun show. I mean, it's going to be awesome. And we really put a lot of time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into this, and we will continue to for the next month, less than a month. But yeah, man, we'd love to see all you guys for sure. Just celebrate the Bills, man. Celebrate this season. It's gonna be great. So, with that being said, You can celebrate with us every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the K-Gun Report on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere. You can find us anywhere. Fox TV, CNN, Spectrum News, anywhere you want. Thank you guys so much for being here, being a part of this, hanging out, supporting. If you want your FLX Mafia blue tees, you better get at us. I saw there was a ton of orders in the comments. That is awesome. We'll have some red ones, like I said, at the Rager. We might end up doing another run. So if you're interested and you didn't get what you wanted, get at us. We'll do them again. And shit, man. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Hell yeah.
That was like the most dad way I've ever seen you do that shit ever.
Season is here. The
Well,
season is here, guys. We're about to get going.
Well, go Bills.
Well,
yeah.
go Bills. Hell yeah.
Okay, then. Hell yeah.
Hey.
Go, Brother Brett Thomason. Bills!
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with.